Gaza focus remains on the truce that has been now finalized in the breakthrough of the Israel-Hamas fight. The Ministry of External Affairs here, in fact, has also released a statement on the agreement for the release of hostages and the ceasefire in Gaza, saying that they welcome the announcement of the agreement for the release of the hostages and a ceasefire in Gaza. MEA further claimed that they have consistently called for the release of all the hostages, ceasefire and the return to a path of dialogue and diplomacy. My colleague Aditya is joining me live on the broadcast. Just hours after, Aditya, in fact, the breakthrough was achieved after 15 months of the continuing war. Now, the MEA has also released a statement and said that they have been, in fact, for a long time advocating for the release of all hostages, ceasefire and the return to a path of dialogue and diplomacy.
Well, absolutely, Simran. It is a significant breakthrough that has happened. The war that has been going on unendless between Israel and Hamas. And, finally, the Biden administration has managed to secure a ceasefire deal and also a way for, freeing the hostages that are still in the captivity of Hamas. This will further, this is a very significant development just before the incoming Donald Trump presidency that is yet to take over. Even the Ministry of External Affairs has also expressed its happiness on this deal, on the finalizing of the ceasefire deal. The MEA said that we advocate for the initiation of dialogue and diplomacy and hope that all the hostages are freed and the situation is normalized between Israel and Hamas. And, it is a significant thing. Now, it needs to be seen how the incoming Donald Trump presidency reacts to this, because, Trump in his election speeches also had said that all hell will break loose if the hostages, all the Israeli hostages are not freed from the Hamas captivity. Now, it needs to be seen as to how post the finalization of the ceasefire agreement between the two sides, how will it progress? Will it be in a phased manner? Yesterday what had happened, Qatar had also forwarded up the ceasefire package for both the sides, wherein the freeing of hostages will happen in a phased manner. In the first phase, Qatar had suggested that 33 hostages, Israeli hostages, will be freed, including women, children and elderly people. So now it needs to be seen, it needs to be regularly monitored as to how the situation unfolds. Yes, Imran.
All right. In fact, Aditya, as we are also monitoring the developments which we are closely tracking from the ground, take us through the details of how the world leaders have also reacted on this very truce. And now that it is finally coming to a reality, there are phases in which the withdrawal will happen.
Well, absolutely. All the leaders from major Western European countries have also shown their solidarity with Israel. They are happy that this deal has happened just before Trump is set to join before 20th January. This is a very significant. All the world leaders have congratulated, are tweeting from the Twitter handle that it is a very significant development that has happened, and we need now the situation is normalized between Israel and the Gaza and the Hamas. It needs to be seen as to how this situation progresses. Yes, Imran.
All right, Aditya, thank you for sharing the latest, and in fact now we'll continue to track these developments very closely. What we are in fact also picking up is how the world is watching these developments now coming to a reality in Gaza and Israel. Now, viewers, joining me live on the broadcast is Aharon Levarko, who is the former army of the Israeli Defense Forces. Thank you very much for speaking to NewsX, and in fact appreciate you joining me